easily restrain his emotion, definitely, I don't think he would have gotten to that extent of killing another man because of a woman.
All right, Mr. Augustine, if you are not yet married, of course, you are on the way, you will soon get married. Generally, how does a man feel knowing that someone is having an affair with his wife?
Irrespective of how you feel, don't kill another man
But how do they
because of
feel?
a woman.
How do they feel knowing this? I'm asking you because you are, of course, you're a man.
Yes, you feel the worst ever. You feel dejected, rejected. You are just sad. In fact, you are being left emotionally ramshackle. Do you understand me?
Mm.
You felt as if the world has gotten up on you. You felt emotionally bamboozled. Just name it there. And such kind of a man, you felt disrespected in all aspects of life. Imagine a woman you are providing for, you are suffering for, you are protecting and taking care of. And this woman is a big insult to the man's personality. You are telling the man that the man, in fact, is not worth being with. And the worst thing you can do to any man is to make a man to, when you bring your man ego and makes your man to feel that he's worthless, that is the worst damage you can do to any man. The best food you can give to any man is respect and loyalty. Respect and loyalty. If you can give it to any man, the home will be peaceful. The home will be absolutely peaceful. Respect. Even when the man is angry, calm down. When the man is down, you can talk to him in a calm voice and the man will hear you. That's what gives them joy. But when you feel that you can go out there and mess up with another man, when you have a man who is laboring for you and torturing for you, you are telling the man that the man is stupid. You are telling the man that the man is not worth it. You are belittling that man. So such kind of a man can end up emotionally, destroying himself if he cannot hold himself anymore. Do you understand me?
All
So
right.
the man completely feels worthless. That is it.
Okay, now looking at it, of course, we know that when two adults are involved in this kind of sexual activities, with their consent, not without their consent, it is no longer a crime, irrespective of it being adultery. But on the man's side, that when something like this happens, as long as it's according to what the woman wants, as long as it's not against the woman's wish, do you think the law is against because they can't possibly do not anything about it here?
That's what I'm telling you now. Whether the man has all the rights, but until he killed that woman's lover, that killing is what jeopardized everything. If the man had maintained his calm, sent the woman packing, in fact, bundle her to her father's house, that is the worst. That is the best achievement and the best bold step the man would have taken, and would have given him respect for the rest of his life. But this one now that he overreacted, killing the lover. In fact, everything now is upside down, because what the law now is facing is who killed somebody. They are not looking at whether who is right or who is wrong, or the people that committed sexual offense, if it is adultery or no adultery, or no. In fact, the law has forgotten those things. They are looking at who killed somebody and who they killed. That is what the law is facing now.
Okay,
Believe
remember that the person in question that has been sentenced to death, according to him, that he actually warned the wife's lover over and over again to stay away from his wife, and it didn't work out. So do you think there should be an atom of mercy for him than hanging him? What about his wife? Would they just leave her like that?
You see, in law, you pleading for mercy in law is that what borders on the fallacy of fallacy of ad misericordiam, which is begging for seeking for pity instead of reality. The law does not respect mercy or pity. The law is looking at reality, evidence, proof. That is what the law is looking at. But there is no way that the law should say. It's always like when someone is in court of law is pleading the judge that to temper justice with mercy. Of course, even if we are to temper justice, we are looking at what does the law stipulate at this point in time that should be done to you. That is the question. So we are not looking at pity or mercy, irrespective of how. That's why I told you before that this same man that is being sentenced to death now, he ought to have been the winner and the champion if he had restrained himself from killing the lover, if he had sent the wife packing. But at this juncture, the man has crossed the Rubicon. He has crossed the Rubicon, and he crossed the Rubicon when he kills the wife lover. Let me tell you, if any woman you are dealing with, if you want that woman first and she refuses to listen to you, just forget about that woman, ignore that woman completely, and forward, because the more you keep on hammering to that woman will end up putting your life in problem. So the best thing that man could have done earlier was to send that woman away completely. Now he refused to do it, and the woman took his weakness for granted. Now look at where it has landed this man. Now the question now is, where is the so-called wife now? The lover is dead. The man has been sentenced to prison. Where is the woman? You see what we are saying, that fighting for a woman is the worst thing any man should be doing.
That is what you think? That is what you think?
That is not even just what it is. It's an objective fact. Can't be fighting for it. Look at it now. Where are the two men now? Where are the two men now? Are they not the victim of this chaos? They have become the victim. The woman has moved on.
Mr. Augustine, right? Is it actually fighting for a woman or fighting for human in general? Because if you're emphasizing on a woman, let's assume that this happened to a woman, that is a woman that was in the place of the man now. Don't you think this is the same thing? But when you are still hammering on fighting for a woman is the worst thing that can happen, what about men? Don't you think it's general?
It is not general. Men have sympathy. Men have sympathy. Every man there is looking for how to fight for his family, to make his family be at peace. And so every man is protecting his territory. The same woman did not think about her family when she went out there, stupefying herself, belittling her husband, messing up with another man. So that I'm telling you, a man can never do that. Even if a man is doing something outside, that man still treasures and values his family. But when a woman is engaged in such, that woman has checked out emotionally.
Oh, wow.
The woman is not, yes, the woman has checked out emotionally. Believe you me, that woman has checked out.
All right, that is a research that we are going to check after now, because I don't know whether you're speaking out of fact or you are just assuming. Okay, let's look at the next story. Monisola Odumosu, the head of the house, the late of late Ilorua Aloba's family legal team, has disclosed that they plan to carry out a separate autopsy on toxicologist test to ascertain the cause of his death. Aloba, also known as Mohbad, passed away recently. We filed an application at the coroner's court on Wednesday to conduct our own autopsy and toxicologist test, but the magistrate said he did not have the power to approve that and told us to approach the High Court. We are already preparing our document to go to the High Court so that we can ask for permission to organize our own autopsy and toxicology test. We have been planning this before now because we feel the government is so slow. They disclosed this on on a program that 3 weeks ago that they were just about to send it to the U.S. and that may take about 10 to 12 months. This is too long considering the fact that they had been taking a sample from the body almost 5 months earlier. So why do we have to wait for so long? Secondly, when the autopsy was being conducted, representatives of the family should have been someone who is well informed on the issues of the autopsy, an expert who would confirm it was properly done, but they just called anyone the family's legal representative said. We are also planning to do it in the United States. Another reason why we take the decision was because, for instance, if someone is poisoned, that's a point in time. It was evaporated and no test can discover it. So we don't want to wait until that has happened before we think of doing our tests and discover that nothing was found, he said. Mr. Augustine, of course, you know about the issue of Mohbad, that the body was exhumed in order to carry out autopsies to know exact cause of his death. And we know that some months ago, police actually came up with the results of the autopsy that it was completed and it was a natural death. And the wife came out some weeks back that she knows the cause of the husband's death. She has something to say. And here are the family going to conduct another autopsy. Do you think this is really necessary? Do you think it will give them the reports that they are actually looking for, or do you think it's a waste of time?
Okay, I go with both. One is not really to them. What they are doing is the actual thing, and I also look at it as a waste of time. Why? Because this same family, where we are there when this young man with abundant talent and potential was passing through trauma and everything. Where we are there, where we are all the supporting system and the rest. All of a sudden, this young man with dreams, Mohbad that was being loved by all, died just like that. And here they are talking about autopsy here, autopsy there. No, when I look at all these things, I'm totally and emotionally overgasted. You understand me? I'm highly, overgasted, because will it bring the boys? Will it bring Mohbad back to life? Will it bring him back? Will it bring him back to life? Obviously, that's why we always say prevention is better than cure. This young man lost his life at his prime, and they are here talking about.
All right, Mr. Augustine. We will just go on a very short break. When we return, we'll continue with the story of Mohbad. Do stay with us, our viewers.
From the line across the ocean to the land beyond the mountains, through the Sahara, we bring on-spot news, live analysis, expert discussions on trending stories in politics, business, socio-economy, sports, and documentaries. So catch all the updates on the happenings around the globe. Stay focused on The Fact Today, only on ATN.
People into the country illegally. That is amazing.
Honorable
You human trafficker.
Honorable they are not picking our calls. They made up their minds.
So no agreement with the EU, but
Welcome back. This is Society Watch on Atlantic Television Network. Before we went on the short break, we were talking about the issues of Mohbad. Their family are considering conducting a different autopsy to know the cause of his death. And the question is this really necessary? If you could recall that some months back, last year precisely, the police came up with the result that the result of the autopsy was ready and it was a natural death. But they are not satisfied with that report and they want to go on to conduct another. Is it really necessary? And looking at when Mohbad's body was exhumed till now, nothing has been done. Is it not taking too long for him to rest in peace already? We have a social commentator in the house, Augustine. Let me hear from you.
Okay, so just like as I did say earlier before the short break, you see, Mohbad deserves a befitting burial, but his burial showcased that the family didn't actually, respect that young man, and the autopsy now they want to conduct is a good idea, but at this point in time, to me, I don't think it is necessary because the truth will never come out from those things they are doing. The truth will never come out because the government say they have done their autopsy. The family is trying to say, probably is not giving them what they want to do their own. Because right from beginning, because if you check how Mohbad died, there is a concord between too many persons. There are kind of fictitious plans here and there, and that young man lost his life. So is it at the autopsy that the true facts will come out? Definitely, there was the same persons, the same dramatic personnel that instigated and abetted that young man's death will still be around the stage to make sure that the truth did not come out. That is what I see inside. So embarking on another autopsy may be kind of another expenses to me because at the end of the day, even if the actual fact come out, like I did say, will it bring Mohbad back to life? So they know what to do. They know the culprit. Then therefore use the law and get the culprit arrested and try them through the law. So all these things they are doing autopsy here and there, I do not second it.
So, Mr. Augustine, are you saying they should just give him a befitting burial and let's go all this unnecessary investigation? Remember that the main purpose of actually exhuming that body was to carry out investigation. So are you saying they shouldn't continue with that?
No, the point is that this is not today Mohbad died. Ever since that young man died, they all been playing the kind of different kind of scripts, denigrating and degrading that young man's corpse. Different different issues here and there. They are doing this, they are doing that. A suspect arrested, suspect discharged. What is going on? What is going on? Do you understand me? Whatever they are doing, even if it is the right thing, I what I'm still saying is this: it's not going to bring that young man's life back. Everybody there, everybody, including the family, the wife, the police, the government, everyone. I don't even know who is saying the truth. Do you understand me? So whatever they are doing now, how sure are we they are going to give us the best result that the populace wants? Do you understand me? Including the nurse that gave injection, the person that was with him prior to his death, and the rest. Who is saying the truth? Do you understand me? Okay, now the family has come out to say the autopsy the government did, that none of their representative was there. Doesn't the family themselves, were they not aware that these people are doing autopsy? Why wouldn't they have sent their own representative? So all this shenaniganism, petty talks flying here and there regarding this young man's life, I think it is high time they allowed that young man to rest in peace. Because the family grossly neglected Mohbad. Mohbad is a dream, it's a treasure gift God gave to that family, and they disappointed that young man. Now they are from jumping and the autopsy. The autopsy, like I did say earlier, to me now, it may be necessary generally, but I'm not seeing anything true coming out of it. That is just my own point. I'm not seeing anything veracious at all, whatever they are going to do.
So for you, it's a waste of time?
Not really a waste of time. It's something that is worth doing. But in this context, whereby all the parties involved, are playing different cards, I think it's a waste of time. Introspectively, it's not supposed to be a waste of time. It's actual thing to do. But they have been dribbling these issues at this point, including the family. Everyone is just a suspect. Who is to be trusted at this point in time? The family were there. The family were there when this young man was horribly buried. We are there not there. We are there. So all this coming out now to play different cards to the public as if we are now much more concerned. I'm not getting it.
Exactly. Mr. Augustine, before we move to the next story, let's just quickly talk about this. Like you just mentioned something. They already buried him. It wasn't outsiders. It wasn't known. It was a family that actually buried him because they wanted the whole stuff to just go and everything to just be silent. And now they have come up because the masses protested. Oh, they want to know the cause of Mohbad's death, and autopsy should be carried out, and which has been done, and the result has come out. So why can't they work with that result that the police came out with? Why do they want to conduct their own results now, when at some point they were the one that actually buried him and they wanted everything to die down? So do you perceive anything somewhere?
That's what I'm still telling you, that in this whole issue there has been a conspiracy in at each angle. You understand? There has been a conspiracy. There is no truth in all the things that is happening. Now, even the autopsy, the one they say they have done now, what is the result saying? Has the result been able to identify the culprit? Those are the things we should be asking about. Those are the things the family should be asking. The one that they say they have done, what is the result saying? So that should be our premise. So running again to go and conduct another autopsy, of course it may be good, but the family themselves, right from, because I've been following up that guy's issue right from during the point when he died at the hostel. The family are speaking with their tongue in cheek, from the wife, from the mother, from the father, different opinions. Do you understand me? So this one, because it shows earlier that the families are not united. So this one, that the family all of a sudden they said they are doing it. So I really do not believe in their capability to give us the actual result that the Nigerian want to actually see.
All right.
That's my own point.
Thank you so much, Mr. Augustine. All right, the next story is from U.S. A U.S. hospital announced on Thursday that a team of surgeons has successfully completed the first ever transplant of a genetically modified pig kidney into a living patient. The 4-hour operation took place on Saturday and involved a 62-year-old man with NH kidney disease, according to Massachusetts General Hospital. The procedure marks a major milestone in the quest to provide more readily available organs to patients. The hospital said in a statement, "Our hope is that these transplant approaches will offer a lifetime to millions of patients worldwide who are suffering from kidney failure," said Dr. Tashio Okawi. Kawi was a member of the team which carried out the operation. He is recovering well. He is recovering well. The hospital said the patient, Richard Slyman of Weymouth, Massachusetts, is recovering well as MGH and is expected to be discharged soon. Slyman said he agreed to the pig kidney transplant as not only as a way to help me, but a way to provide hope for the thousands of people who need a transplant to survive. This health dispensary was being the target of many national policy initiatives for over 30 years, with only limited success, and Sleman's nephrologist, Dr. Wilfred Williams. An abundant supply of organs resulting from these technological advances may go far to finally achieve health equality. It will also offer the best solution to kidney failure to all patients in need, Williams said. Mr. Augustine, I know this is supposed to be answered by a medical doctor, but in his absence, I would just like to get your own input. A U.S. hospital announced on Thursday that a team of surgeons has successfully completed the first ever transplant of a genetically modified pig kidney into a living patient. And one will wonder, we are talking about pig. How does this process actually work? Won't it affect them at the long run? What is your take on it?
Okay, generally looking at the whole thing, I think that is an improvement in the medical technology. At least it shows that the scientists and the medical doctors, they are working around the clock to ensure that we have an improvement in the human aspect of life. But that notwithstanding, something still beats me hollow towards it, because I was wondering how a pig kidney could be infused into a human being. I'm looking at the functionality in a long run, just as you said earlier. I hope nothing is gonna erupt from inside. We're also looking at the idiosyncratic dispositions of both different organs, because we have an organ from an animal and that of human. We are looking at the long run threat compatibility. So those are the things we should be looking at, but generally, one thing again that I still look at there is this. When I scrutinized the whole thing, I also found out that it was transplanted into a black man. A black man. What I'm still asking is this: if a white man had developed that issue, would that same pig kidney also be transplanted to that white man? That was the question that came to my mind. Because if you check, the person that was trying, the stuff was translated was a black man. So hope is going to be reciprocated as well. Hope the same methodology in case of emergency, a white man should also be a partaker of it. That is the only thing I see there. But if medically they have ascertained and scrutinized that a pig kidney is very, very recommended in such situation, fine, so be it. They are the medical doctors, they are in the medical field, they are in the medical world. And hope is a genuine surgical operation they are carrying out, and not an experiment. That is my own opinion regarding that. But that notwithstanding everything, I must commend them at least trying to find an improvement in the medical world and things that can save humanity.
Hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, but you actually heard the patient said that he actually agreed with this genetically modified pig organs into his own body, because this will pose as an example as for thousands of persons that actually need organ to survive, so they can actually work with pig. I'm still imagining bringing pig organ into human. But do you think this will pose a potential there are potential benefits and risks of using genetically modified pig's organ for human transplants? Do you think there are risks for it? Because you're talking about animals. Look, I know we are all animals, but at least we have higher and lower, yes. But Looking
Yeah.
at pig. Mr. Augustine, we are talking about pig, animal, not human.
Of course, that was what I told you earlier. Because if when you look at the whole thing, the scientists themselves, that's why I ask, hope it is not an experiment. Because because the way it was first of all carried out on a black man first. Now, secondly, I'm not still looking at I'm not seeing any long lasting uh, of this medical achievement program, because I'm not going to see, because I'm wondering how an animal's kidney will be transplanted into a human being. I'm looking at in all the medical aspect, the compatibility and the long time effect. Do you understand me? So such kind of thing, I did not second with it. I did not second with it. But if those that are carrying it out, those that are in the medical world, they have in all angle proved that it is transplantable. When it also occurs to them or their relative, let it also be transplanted to them, because what is also good for the goose is also good for the gander. Do you understand me? Yes,
Does
let it be that way. And the man himself said he's okay now. I mean, the patient that is okay now, is feeling relieved. Of course, it may be temporary relief, but it may not be a permanent relief. It may as
does
well.
this look like an achievement in a medical field?
Of course, it is an achievement in the medical field. That was my pontification earlier. It is definitely an achievement, because it shows that in the medical world, they are not sleeping. They have been going around the clock to ascertain different solutions that may tackle human problems as far as health is concerned. You understand? It's a very, very great achievement.